thank you so much for being here on this Monday, the 5th of June. Wow, amazing. Pretty exciting weekend. A lot going on. As you know, I made some videos for to help people out. I'll be making more, like I said. Stuff how to. Even I know there's write-ups about it, but it seems like videos help a little bit. So I'll be doing some more. And if anybody requests some, I can do that too. So when I squeeze time in. Today I was thinking about what happened to me in my life, and then I started to look at other people that the same thing happened. And you hear this thing: if you believe it, you can achieve it. And it sounds corny. It sounds, come on. But really, I believe if you feel positive, talk positive, believe you can do something, you work towards it in your mind, let go of people that are negative. Growing up, there was negative people in my life, and I would get away from them. Eventually, I just saw it as a waste. And trying to change somebody, that's impossible. I never try to do that. People change, they are who they are. A zebra's got its stripes and boom. Now, some people got out of it and did work towards a different way of living. That's fantastic. But I would rather take people that have a good heart, they want to do the right thing, and maybe inspire them to let them know that if you're breathing and you're still alive, you can achieve a lot of things. A couple of weeks ago, I went over people that became very, very successful after they were 50 years old. Like Colonel Sanders, I think he was 62 when he sold his recipe to the KFC thing. So that's pretty wild. But I was also looking, I remember for myself, and hope I don't bore you, but I just want to let you know there's hope. When I was in school, not a very good student. I didn't like it, never liked it, always trying to find a way. Man, I hated going, hated being there. I was bored to death. Well, eventually I got out of school, graduated, got married when I was 20, wound up in at a company. Even before I was married, I worked in that company all the way up until I was 44 years old. I loved it. It was swing shift, different times, rotating swing shifts. So you were 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, and it backed off every so many days. Oh, it's crazy. But then that's when I first realized that if you believe it, and really, really believe it's possible. Now, obviously, you have to put some kind of effort in, but the effort comes naturally if the belief is strong. I can't have to tell yourself, I got to work at this. That wasn't the case. Once I believed it's possible, I just did whatever I could that I thought would make it happen. And you guys know the story. I started off as a GMO5, which is I cleaned up, picked the trash up, dumped the trash. And then I went to somebody, and I'm looking at people, I was nosy. I said, what are you doing? Oh, I'm a machine operator. I looked at, they made like $2 more an hour, which is a lot for 18 years old, 19. So I said, I want to do that. Well, it's a union shop, you got to bid on it. So one came up, I bid on it and got it. Because nobody wanted to work swing shift. But, you're married and you need the money. So I did it. And then a few months into that, I'm like, every shift had a lead man. And he'd be the one that would weld for you, or if you found something that you couldn't fix, he would come over and fix it. No, you're supposed to fix your own, but if you can't, that's who you call. And I asked him, I remember asking, what is it per lead band? That wasn't that much more pay, but he's still there the same amount of time I am. So I thought, man, I can make more. So 9 months after I started, I was a lead man. I was put on another shift. Actually, the other lead person was my brother, which is pretty cool. And then from there, I was lead person for a couple of years, whatever. And I went on and went supervisor. Oh yeah, you can be supervisor. It's 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever it was a year more. Or you can work overtime. No, why would I do that? So yeah, but you gotta have college. I didn't have college, so I figured knowledge would override the college. Didn't know that. They didn't say you could do that. But I learned as much as I could, did what I could, and at 24 years old, not only did I get it, I got one of the youngest supervisors ever in the plant. And then I wanted to be manager of the department, which was half the company. And they said, well, there's no way, blah, blah, blah. Well, I looked at the guy that was doing it. He was a nice guy. Yeah, he had college, but I thought, there's nothing special about the guy. I mean, I can do it, and I know a lot of what he knows. And a few years later, I got that. So that's I would tell myself, that's what I want, that's what I want, that's what I want, and I got it. And yeah, you're working towards it, but it's not like working towards it hard because you know what you want. Big difference. And Onpassive's the same way. If everybody just sits back and go, you know what I'd like to do? Blank. And then take some action. Tell yourself every day, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's good for you, and you'll find that things will happen. Look, I guarantee some of you now, you talk in a webinar, you have your camera on, and I bet before you came on Onpassive, you would never do that. I'm sure that's the case for some of you. I'm almost positive it's the case for some of you. And that's a big deal. That's moving up. That's pushing ahead. Now, Onpassive makes it easier because most people in Onpassive have a good heart and they want the best for each other. Loving other people and helping other people, not looking for return. Okay? And that's a great thing. And then I was looking at what people we all know maybe that use this manifesting what they wanted in their life to get it. And I found a few. Jim Carrey, for one, the comedian, the actor. He did a lot of movies and all that. This is what's cool, what he did. He was so sure that he was going to become a success. He described and manifested it by writing himself a $10,000 check. Okay, he wrote himself a $10,000 check and put it in his wallet. Amazingly, he was able to cash it years later after being cast in the lead of 1994 Dumb and Dumber. No kidding. Is that amazing? That's so cool. Drake, right? One of the first ones in rap. I didn't realize he's from Canada. Anyway, Drake, he's very... I'm not a rap fan, but I'm looking at this from people that thought it, wrote it down, said it to themselves, and it happened. Canadian rapper claims to have manifested his success as well as elements of his incredible LA home. That he used his desktop background before he even bought it to truly visualize where he was headed. And what happened was, for his backdrop, he put the house that he wanted to have. Years later, he got that house. That's crazy stuff, man. That's crazy stuff. And not just say it. You gotta believe it, right? There's nothing holding us back except us most of the time. I'm not going to be a ballerina, but I don't want to be, all right? But things that I really pushed for, it happened. Really. I wasn't pushing for anything. Like when I got online, I was pushing to find a way. I thought I hit my prime. I thought, got on disability, I lost that job, nothing I could do about it. I thought now I'm going to get into survival mode, maybe find a business online. Now once I got online, I found another passion was I liked marketing. Once I learned how to do it. I liked the challenge of trying to figure out how to do it. but it was difficult. But I learned pretty well. I'm not Tony Robbins or something, but I did pretty well. And then it changed because I realized I couldn't bring anybody with me. I said, we got to find something else. I remember talking to Mike and Dan, maybe we could create our own. You could get somebody to write a script and develop some kind of business and maybe sell digital products and have somebody do some of the work for you. But it's expensive. It's a gamble. But, I mean, it could work, but it'd be, how big would it be? You're still going to bring people in that don't know what they're doing, right? And I'm thinking, well, you'd have to do something where it helps them to. I thought, well, it's impossible. You know, I was hoping that maybe someday somebody would do it, right? And I always believed that business has got to be out there. I thought it was naive towards the end. Right at the end, I was ready to throw in the towel. Right before we got Onpassive, no joke. I kept saying, man, there's got to be something. There's got to be something. We would leave companies because they lied. We would leave companies because they disappeared. We'd leave companies because they just made it so impossible for anybody to succeed. They were expensive. One of them, it took $2,500 to get in. I said, something's wrong. And then, thank God, no doubt, there was Onpassive. Right at the last minute. And really, I mean, thank God, no joke about it. And I saw it. I started asking about it. I had a good feeling. But I always think positive anyway, right? I thought, man, if this is good, if it's only 10% what I think it is, it'll be great. I was wrong. It kept getting better. I never had that. Not even in the job I love. Never, ever had that. You guys know Lady Gaga, okay? Not a huge fan, but before she became famous, she used her iron will and mentality to tell herself it was going to happen. An interview back in 2011, once her star was rising, she shared how she repeated the affirmation to herself over and over and over, she was going to be famous. Right? And she was. Is she the best singer? No. Look, you can talk to Milo right now. He lives in Nashville. He sees people that are better than some of the superstars. Wrong place, wrong time. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, I've met a lot of you. And I think with Onpassive, you guys are going to have a blast. You're starting to think, I want this, I want that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not hurting somebody. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. But you got to make sure in here believes it. Absolutely believes it. When we got in Onpassive, I automatically set a goal up because I gotta chase something. It's just me. I want to challenge. I gotta chase something. And we set up, how many people did we want in Onpassive Nation group? How many people did we want on our team by a certain amount of time? And every one of them, we got it. And people say, well, you might have got it anyway. I don't know. But I know what works. I know it worked. And I believe if you believe it strongly and force the issue on yourself, work it on yourself, you'll get it. I believe that. You repeat to yourself every day. And that's what Lady Gaga did. She got it. One of the guys that did Spider-Man, Tom Holland, was obsessed over past interviews with Tom Holland, who openly identified Zadia as his first ever celebrity crush. They're now an item. Is that wild? Some lady he saw as a star with no chance normally to ever be boyfriend of hers or something, and it happened. Wound up going out with her. But he just manifested, he just kept, the drive never went away. He said that he wanted to play Spider-Man in a reboot of a reboot. Incredibly accuracy here, and that he'd love to act alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. I think it is Galileo, which he did in 2019 Spider-Man. Unbelievable. It happens all the time. All the time. A lot of people don't say it, but it's a big deal. And I think with Onpassive, part of what you thought in life, you want better, you're striving to get better, Onpassive is part of that. I believe that. It's too good of a thing not to have more to it than just luck. I don't believe in luck. Somebody said, "Oh, Marty, you're lucky." You work hard enough, you'll be lucky too. I mean, you work at it. You got to have a drive. But the drive comes from telling yourself you want it if you really want it. Oprah Winfrey manifested her part in the color purple. She kept saying, I want this part, I want it. She got a call from Steven Spielberg himself the following day to let her know she had been chosen for the role. Yeah, of course she's Oprah Winfrey, but when she got that role, she wasn't the Oprah Winfrey we know now. She was famous, but not like she is now. And it helped. Cool stuff. Told you about Jim Carrey. But anyway, I wanted to go over some of that stuff because I thought people need to know it. And what I really like pushing on everybody, and I mean this, is you are worth it. You guys are great. I meet a lot of you, and I'm looking, I'm going, man, sometimes I see people, and I say, wow, they don't even know what they have. They don't know they have that X factor. A lot of you have the X factor, flat out. It's no doubt about it. I want to thank everybody for being here again. 455 people. That's amazing. And I really appreciate it. I got that thing scrolling across the bottom. But I want everybody to do that. And I see, like I said, I've been in all different groups. I'm starting to see people I've never seen before. That's a big plus. And I always want to do a part of the live where I'm talking to people that are not in Onpassive. And I'd like to do that right now. Here's what I'd like to say. If you're watching this and you came from TikTok, LinkedIn, or maybe Twitter, I don't know. I put links everywhere all the time. And you're watching this, I want to say this. You know none of us, more than likely. And you've been scammed probably a million times like me. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars. Tens of thousands of dollars. And I couldn't afford to do that. It's the first business. And me telling the truth is the most important thing in my life. Way more than if I succeed in the business. I mean that with all my heart. In fact, this business is all being built for my family. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm building it because I want people to see it. I'm not worried about the money. That was a done deal a long time ago. I'm worried about, my drive now is to find diamonds in the rough and a couple that are close to it, press that coal a little bit more and make diamonds out of them because it's in all of you. But for new people, you come in, look. The Onpassive was made so that you could come give a test drive and then you decide. I'm going to tell you this. You can come into Onpassive right now. You can scan my code. You could, if somebody brought you here, you ask them. Come in free through Omail. It's an email service that has features unbelievable. They don't sell your information. It's highly secured. You can send a video chat. You can voice to text. Oh, I'd have to have another webinar to tell you everything this, and it's free, unlimited. You never have to pay. You store all your data. You never have to pay. Free. You come in and look at it and say, I like it. What's the worst case? You cannot give a credit card. You can't. I'll tell you that right now. You cannot add a credit card to go get Omail. Now, while you're in there, you get to look at OConnect. OConnect is a platform, a video platform, like Zoom and all the other ones. The difference is, I'm wrong, it's not like them. It has features that you've never seen before. And you say, well, how can you say it? I've had them all. There's features in there that your grandmother will have fun with, your Uncle Bob, your kids. It's got great features, everything you could imagine. You get 12 days to look at it for free. If you're using some other company now, and you're paying for that, you do yourself a favor. Get the 12-day free trial, and if you don't like it, don't do it. No credit card. We're still talking, you're not giving anything. And by the way, when you sign up free to get the O-mail, custom O-mail, you get to put in whatever name you want. If that's available, it's yours. So it's a link that you could use as part of branding yourself. On top of that, there's O-Trim. Now, anybody out there that ever shared a link or whatever, even affiliate link or something, they're big and they're ugly. O-Trim is a URL shortener. Okay, if you've been online, I mean, it could be a scammer, it could, but you're not paying. Go see and see what I mean. You go in, you take a link, I don't care what you're doing. Because this company, if you're doing another business legit, this company will blow that business up for you. I'm just telling you. But anyway, you put a link in, you make a customized URL, something to brand yourself. When you're done doing it, it automatically gives you a QR code for that link and a dashboard. And from now on, you can check in this dashboard how many clicks, what country, what city, what device was used, what browser, anywhere in the world. And a whopping zero. It costs nothing. Unlimited. As many links as you want to make. That's number 2. Number 3, ONet. ONet is the answer for Facebook. I've been in Facebook for as long as it's been around. No doubt about it. And because there's nobody else to go to. Other people tried and they didn't make it. In ONet right now, there's about 2 million people already. It's free. You can set up a club for something you love, share it with others. People are joining by the thousands daily, so there's going to be people who have the same interest as you. Okay, you can do a podcast. Yeah, I said podcast. Zero, still zero. You can invite friends. You can have your own group. Everything is here. The main ambition for Mr. Mubarak, the CEO who built this platform, was to make sure, all said and done, it'll never stop growing. It'll never stop advancing in technology or AI for the good. So you get that as it increases. You have to pay more. You get it because that's part of the package. And it'll never stop. It's not like you go to some platform and they're obsolete today. From what I saw on OConnect to any of the other platforms, go look. 3 products right there, absolutely free. And they do way more than what I just said. And by the way, if you go in and you click a link to say affiliate, you don't have to sell, so let that go. Sign an NDA, guess what happens? That gives the right for the company to pay you a commission. Someone comes into your team, you get paid. If you invite a free person in, which is cool, and down the road, they see something like OTracker and they say, well, I need that. They buy it, you get a commission. And I'll tell you what, most people that you see here right now, which is close to 500 people, they share and it'll set you free. You have to tell, listen, that's That's what was wrong with MLM. I had to walk up to people most of the time, try to get them to get in or buy a package, right? A startup kit, and sell them something. Most of the time, 35 to 40% markup, and convince them it's the best thing that ever happened. When I wasn't even convinced. That's a racket. That hurt. That hurt. And me looking in people's eyes and said, I'm going to help you, and I couldn't. I couldn't. We brought in thousands of people. We brought in thousands of people. Any business we were in, myself, Mike, and Dan, and guess what? We failed. Numbers don't lie. I don't care how many people you can bring into an organization, whatever skills that we might have learned. If you can't bring people with you, you will die in any other business. You will die. It's a matter of time. Because you bring in 10, 3 quit, you bring in 10, 2 quit, you bring in 9, 3 quit, and eventually if you stop bringing people in, your business slowly goes down to 0. That's not my opinion. Now that's fact. Go look it up. About 98% of the people don't make a dime. And I know that's a fact. I did it. I've seen it. In Onpassive, you don't have to bring anybody in. You're not obligated to do any of that. Now I'm sharing. Why? I want people to see what I see. That makes me feel great. Trust me, that's the best thing that could happen. They see what I see. And most of the people you see here, same thing. So you have that choice. But you're going to kick yourself if you don't at least try it. You remember the old commercial with Mikey? Try it. You'll like it. Try it. And if you don't like it, okay, leave.